Turns to Mizzou Arena, all too often a house of horrors for the juggernaut Gamecocks and the site of their last regular season loss more than two. Cardoso in black for South Carolina. Underway, Michael McConnell, Talisa Green, and Frank Sterator. Chloe Kitts goes inside for Cardoso, who is
possible, knowing that they have this size advantage.
Kitts to the high post again. Cardoso goes over Linthicum and a blocking foul. Raven Johnson, who saves it to herself, and South Carolina can come the other way.
There's that athleticism that the Tigers may not have seen as much in the non-conference season. Raven.
Pau has started 0 for 2, but that three-pointer was halfway down. Bree Hall attacks, and she has the game.
Is one of South Carolina's leaders.
Ashton Judd attacks Pau, draws the help from Johnson. Judd spins back to the baseline, and Chloe.
So Nate, I think having Haley Frank initiate the offense is a really smart move by Coach Pinchton, knowing that if Haley Frank starts with the ball, she may be able to for the ball to come to her.
Grace Slaughter has the first bucket for the Tigers, and Bree Hall the answer. Her 12.5%
from the arc.
Slaughter over Cardoso.
Grace Slaughter, the freshman, is feeling it. Just know that even if it may be a flop to you, you've got to make the adjustment regardless, just because she's so good at selling.
Ashton Judd on the follow and cleared out. And Judd has her first bucket. Bree Hall, look at the confidence to the rim. 7 points in the first quarter for Bree Hall.
Anything to disrupt the South Carolina offense, even if it doesn't result in a steal, is going to be beneficial for them.
Wiley misses everything, but Fagan was there on the back end to clean it up. Just awfully long arms in there for these Missouri freshmen. Skip pass, Wiley for 3. And fight. Frank with 5, Judd with 3. Judd penetrates, and they're not going to get it off. A shot clock.
Have to play in the half court if Mama Dembele were playing. Just her ability to get steals and push the ball in transition. So Missouri's definitely going to have to figure out how to get the offense going a little bit sooner.
Working on Johnson. Switch on Fagan with 5 to shoot. Abby Schreck fighting 2 defenders. Has to hoist. Off the mark, and another shot.
That's so young or so new when you've got players coming out of the transfer portal. It's going to take time, no matter how talented, to get players really acclimated to the new speed of the game or to get other players with this Missouri Tigers team.
Bree Hall has 10 now in the first quarter. Slaughter on Wiley through contact to finish. Slaughter has 8. Come back in with 2 fouls. Her 3 was halfway down, but it's rebounded by Tahina Pau, who picks her head up ahead of the pack. Cardoso over Slaughter for 2. Frank working on Kitts with 8 to shoot. Leans in, drop step through for 2. Nice move. Frank this time for 3. A couple of buckets for Haley.
Anytime at all. If I were Coach Pinchton, I would, recommend to her, take a bad shot tonight. It's okay.
Judd is fouled, and she will have a chance to give Missouri its first. Talisa Green right on top of the call. Cardoso, a good post touch, goes over Haley Frank and another charge.
Missed layups. They are staying aggressive. They're really not scared of the mismatches, and they're getting some decent looks.
Pau's first 3-pointer. South Carolina was just 1 of 8. Judd with 5. Beldrape for 3.
Great shot there by the
lead the run out. Pau. Hall, a deep one. Bree Hall.
Wow, Bree Hall again.
Fagan, deep touch on Abby Fight. Fagan steps through. Fagan scores off glass. That 8-0 spurt of its own in just over a minute. Judd wants it on the block. Got great position to seal Pau for an easy do.
Simple as possible, capitalizing on those mismatches.
Cross by Pau. The teardrop gets the bounce off the iron. No question the player of the game at the moment, Bree Hall, goes down to Watkins, bodied by Linthicum. Watkins steps through and scores. How about the body control? They call her an off-the-charts athlete. Averages 3 blocks a game. Ashton Judd steps out for three. A big shot for Missouri to get it back.
It's hard, which makes it hard for an undersized team like Missouri to not foul and get a body on somebody in time. The way that they just crash the boards as hard as they do.
Pow, pow. Tigers start with the basketball, and all of those fouls are on the floor again to begin the second half. Frank curls for three and sticks another one. Haley Frank.
Great job, great play call.
Camila Cardoso was quiet in the first half for South Carolina. Kitts goes over Haley Frank, and this time it's opportunities for Haley Frank in the half court. She normally gets a couple of threes in that trailing position on the break every game. Here's another one. Count it. More shot blocks this season than Missouri has as a team.
It's a pretty crazy stat there.
Pow, pow for the floater. That's the second. Nice. But Missouri has struggled to initiate offense as close as they want, as early as they want. Good feed to Judd. Count it plus a foul.
You know, Nate, we talked a little bit about Ashton Judd and what she needs to do to get that scoring back up closer to where it was at the beginning of the year. I think what she does a really good job of is...
So, tried to feed it underneath in traffic to Linthicum. And South Carolina has another steal, third of the night. Cardoso feeds Watkins. Nice awareness from Camila Cardoso. Again, Missouri into the last 10 of the timer. Judd goes inside to Frank, working on Johnson. Bodies her for some space and scores. And Missouri unable to capitalize on one of very few transition opportunities. Frank, the quick release for three.
It's working.
The third quarter has been Missouri's worst this year by some distance, but they've closed the gap. Hall on the pull-up, sticks it. Wanted it. Beldrape comes from help side for the steal. Gets away in transition, but loses it to a trio of Gamecocks. Johnson the other way on the Euro for two. Fight thought about it. Haley Frank has 11 of her 16 in this third quarter. Schreck. Good look at a three. The rebounder for it. Johnson with her head up all the way. Finds Bree Hall. Automatic tonight. A sit. Missouri trying to steal 85 seconds of rest for her before the break and protect her with those three fouls. Johnson attacks. Johnson foul. Johnson scores. Pow, pow. Stopped on a dime. Got space on Slaughter, and she gives the Gamecocks their... Tessa Johnson working on Schreck. Stops and pops. Too strong, rebounded by...
Shot, which has looked good, especially in the second half. But again, South Carolina has the luxury of being able to shoot the ball well and having that efficient paint scoring.
Fagan makes it a 15. Frank around a triple screen. Couldn't get free of Watkins. Draws a second defender, draws a third. Slaughter on the offensive glass, has it ripped away in the paint. There was contact. She was looking for a foul, but didn't get it. Judd on the run. Over Bree Hall. Nice soft touch inside from Ashton. Not necessarily Missouri's advantage, and Fagan stole the entry pass. Fagan running the break. Pow, pow for three. Got it. Slaughter against Pow Pow. Spins to the baseline and scores through contact. Bray Slaughter. Watkins on fight. Pow Pow draws a switch, rifles it underneath to Watkins. Great vision from Pow Pow. And
Do it all using that athleticism.
Watkins goes over Frank, who challenged with those four fouls and couldn't challenge the follow-up. Ashlyn Watkins.
You're right. Fagan, there, in my opinion, I think she should have either put the ball on the floor, made a move on Abby Fight. She's got the size. She's an experienced junior. She's got to look to score there.
Fight. Frank pops out. Goes underneath to Judd. Back out to Abby Fight. Maybe Missouri's best ball movement of the night, but the Tigers are not rewarded. And it's
this team by an average of 16. And Missouri, obviously, especially without Angie Gala-Kalundu sitting there on the bench, down 4 on the boards is not something to be...
As few as 5 in the middle portion of the third quarter. Beldrape finds Fight open. Too strong. Cardoso gets another board.
Well, but Ashton Judd is a player you're going to see on the floor quite a lot from Missouri.
Johnson, tight curl off the screen. Great inbound action, and Carolina leads by 12.
You know she has a responsibility as a leader in this industry to really push women's basketball, continue to advocate for it, and just show love to all the fans.
Raven Johnson had a quiet first half. That one's short. He's scoreless on 4 attempts. Missouri pushing the pace. Ashton Judd had to go to a tricky reverse in the end, but she scores career high and game high 21 points tonight after the game. Stay tuned for that. Johnson attacks. Tough shot, leading past Haley Frank. She brings. Kid who just about set the basketball world on fire with her opener in Paris. She and Cardoso miss layups, but it's layups in essentially one trip down the court for Carolina. Judd kicks to Schreck over Cardoso. Can't be fun to see that close. Carolina comes to Mizzou Arena, a building that has so often been problematic for the Gamecocks, and they roll to a 24-point win, 81-57. And one that has to feel good in this building, even if they might not say it out loud. Has to feel good to come in and give Missouri the business in a building that is